I'm sorry? God bless you.
God bless you.
You've lived through more battles than I have. What do you think about Malashov?
I won't lie. There were moments when I was ready to meet my maker. But in the end, I was amazed how it turned out.
So you didn't believe in us?
I did. I just figured we'd have to get our hands dirty. But in the end, we managed to keep them pretty clean. Thanks in part to you.
No, it was nothing, really.
If you say so. But I'm glad to see you still got that boy from Skalitz in you.
I'm sorry?
So, I'm back. How's it going? Have you got anything out of von Bergov?
Not yet. We need to fix ourselves up after the battle. We'll hear what Otto has to say tomorrow.
I'm not sure what to think of Malashov. I reckon it was a success, but I can't bring myself to feel happy about it.
What's done is done. The devil got his ass kicked, the peasants still have a roof over their heads. And if it weren't for you, half our men who are now rotting beneath the walls would still be breathing.
After what I went through in Skalitz, I couldn't just burn down people's homes.
Tell that to the dead. If only you'd let the devil do his job, there'd be a lot less of them. Look, I know you probably imagined yourself heroically saving the king and protecting innocents. And believe me, that's exactly what we're doing. It's just not as simple and honorable as we'd like it to be.
Is von Bergov's interrogation starting soon?
Not yet. We need to fix ourselves up after the battle. We'll hear what Otto has to say tomorrow.
Careful. Now that's what I call an opener. So I pay. Bestimmt.
What do you need, sir?
My bod... I've heard the...
Don't worry.
I can't wait.
Great.
I'm glad...
Great.
You'd better warn me next time. I'm not much of a swimmer. Christ, pardon me.
Nice work! Nice work indeed. You saved the peasants but sent your own men to the slaughter. You like to keep your hands clean, but war is a nasty business. So who are you going to sacrifice for your conscience next? Your little Jew brother? Cape on? Yourself? You play the game, but you don't understand the rules. And in the end, you'll lose. You learned nothing. You understood nothing. And yet I tried so hard. And yet we share the same fate. No! My family was slain too, by the Turks. I felt just like you do. And Eric went through the same thing. That's why I took him in. We're one big family. Of orphans. Well, of course you do have a father, although he's not gone so far as to give you his name.
Careful!
What are you doing? Lurking around without a light. Hey!
Scheiße!
I'll put you in the stocks.
Not now. I can't hear a bloody thing.
My home movie, don't worry.
At least that.
Gepriesen sei der Herr. Viel Erfolg, Heinrich.
The Lord be with you. What brings you here? God be with you.
Is von Burgo?
Not yet.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Not now. I can't hear.
My
Is von Bergov's interrogation starting soon?
You came at the right time. We're just about to deal with him. And you can join in.
Welcome to Sukdal, Lord von Bergov. Despite the circumstances that brought you here.
It is an honor, Peter. Compared to what I had to endure from Zizka and Kunstadt, your good manners are a welcome change.
I'll do my best to make your, involuntary stay no more inconvenient than it has to be.
Aren't you being a bit too welcoming, Sir Peter?
Just what I was thinking. Fuck that bollocks. He's a captive, not some busty wench. He's only alive to squeal what he knows. It'd be quicker if I just beat it out of him.
Just a beating? What about breaking a finger or two? Or singeing the soles of his feet? You yourself forced me and Capon to do similar things when you brought that captive to Trusky.
Forced you? Come off it, boy. Should I tell the gentleman here what actually happened?
You just keep your fucking gob shut until someone asks you to squeal.
Instead of these pathetic threats, why do you not make me an offer? You do know that I am...
Shut your trap, Otto. Right now you're nothing. You lost most of your men at Rabos, and the rest croaked when we took Malashov. So what do you have left? A nice coat? And a smug face?
Do you really think Sigismund made me his chamberlain because of my soldiers? Or to have someone to take care of the running of conquered fortresses?
Shut up, damn it! We're asking the questions.
Really? Then why have I not heard a single one yet? And what a shame that is. I am a pragmatic man, and I'm sure we can work something out. But lay a hand on me, and you will not hear a single word.
He's right. Apart from von Aulitz, he's Sigismund's closest man. He knows everything about him and his plans. We should try it the peaceful way first.
You're buying that? He talks just like Jobst. When he gets here, they can yap till doomsday for all I care. But now we just don't have the time.
Jobst wants to come back here. After he got away from us by the skin of his teeth?
Well, he has to show Sigismund our army up close.
So it's true. I couldn't believe the Margrave had finally made a move. I thought he would never march into battle.
See? Fortune is turning her back on you people. A pragmatic man like you ought to recognize an opportunity. If you help us, the Margrave will remember you for it. And will also let bygones be bygones.
You're getting ahead of yourself a bit, boy. The crown is still firmly on Sigismund's head, and Jobst won't find it easy to wrest it of him. Although, I expect you people have no idea of the situation Sigismund is in right now.
Oh. What situation is he in, then?
In the shit, Lord Trotsnov. In the shit. So, A sensible person should seize every opportunity that presents itself. And I am eminently sensible. Lord Capon.
Yes?
When you came to Trotsky, you were carrying a message with an offer of an alliance from Lords Hanush and Radzik, were you not?
Exactly.
I think it is time I gave you my answer.
A wise decision, sir.
But suspicious. Why the sudden change of heart?
You think I'm some villain, don't you? But I have only ever wanted what is best, believe me. What is best for this country, for my loyal supporters, and, naturally, for myself. And I'm not ashamed of that. And it appears that Sigismund is no longer what is best. He's in trouble, both here and in Hungary. The army is not getting paid, morale is poor, and the Kuttenberg miners are rebelling, so the crown is running out of silver.
I see. The butcher's on his way, so you want to flee the pigsty, eh?
Naturally. And together we can even set fire to this pigsty, as you put it. If you want my advice.
I'm all ears, sir.
The last straw Sigismund is grasping is the royal treasury at the Italian court. If he were to lose his silver, he wouldn't be able to pay his soldiers and would have to withdraw to Hungary.
We're supposed to rob the Italian court.
The most secure place in the town?
Of course. And while you're there, you can also free the lords captured at Raborz.
My father.
Lord Pisek, as the former mintmaster, you must surely know of some way to sneak in.
There is no way. The court's an impregnable fortress.
Really? What about tunneling in? There are hundreds of tunnels beneath the city, and if I'm not mistaken, one of them runs beneath the court.
That's total madness. There might be some passageway leading there, but no one knows those old tunnels now. Besides, they might collapse at any time. One could easily come to a bad end there.
But that can also happen when you try to mount a horse drunk. What's with this tunnel?
There's a whole labyrinth of tunnels under the city. You'd have to dig from inside the treasury to find the one you want. And where they all lead to, God alone knows.
God and me.
Oh, pardon me, milady, but how would you know?
Not all young noble women devote their days to embroidery, Sir Peter. I look after Father's documents, and I know all about the plans of the passageways beneath our palace. St. James's Church owes its existence in part to the generous donations of the Oratores. So in the past we had a secret underground entrance built into its crypts, and St. James's is right next to the Italian court.
A handy escape route from the palace, eh? If you don't mind crawling through a tunnel, that is.
In short, you can theoretically walk directly from Rutard Palace to the Italian court.
Sure. That is, after breaking through the walls that separate the crypt from the tunnel, and the tunnel from the cellars.
By Christ. It's worth a try.
That sounds almost too good to be true. And too easy. With a bit of luck, we'll get to the cellars of the court. What then?
What do you think? The guards will come down on you and it'll all be over.
So we need someone who can help us on the inside. Someone who'll distract the guards and lead us to the silver.
What about Ulrich Vavak? If we threaten him a little, he might help us.
Most importantly, he's got the Mintmaster's key. You'll need it to get to the silver. But I wouldn't advise you to rely on the help of that sycophant of Sigismund's.
Nor would I. Couldn't your brother help us instead, Lord Pisek?
Christian? He can be hard to deal with sometimes. He'd be taking a big risk, and besides, he doesn't have the Mintmaster's key to the treasury. I'm afraid Vavak's your only hope.
There is one other possibility.
Oh? What's that, Sir Otto?
Perhaps you have heard about the expected arrival here of a rare visitor from very far away.
Who?
Do you mean... Surely not. The very one.
What the fuck are you talking about? Speak clearly!
Well then, a papal legate is on his way to the town directly from Rome. He's coming to adjudicate the dispute about the new church.
What's that got to do with us?
Where would he be received except at the Italian court, along with his entourage? No one knows them, no one has ever seen them, and very few understand their language. They might as well be volunteering for you to take their place.
Well, bugger me. This is starting to sound fucking good.
What? What do you mean, take their place? Are we supposed to kill them, or what?
Why not?
Fuck.
We can't. Godwin, say something. You're a priest, after all.
You're right. Jesus! Get a grip, fellas! Do you want to burn in hell?
Calm down. We'll just lock the Pope's lackey up for a bit, and once we've got the silver, we'll let him go again. No one gets hurt.
St. Joseph, cover thy ears!
Where will we find that legate?
He's staying in Loretz, at the vineyard. He's got the use of the whole place for himself and his escort. But I don't know how many there are.
Good. We'll send Catherine there to have a look.
And then we'll burst in there and cause a bit of a fuss, so he doesn't get any stupid ideas. And that'll be that.
Is there no other way to solve it? Without violence?
Gentlemen, the legate is a man of the cloth, like me. I know Latin, and even a bit of Italian too, as it happens. I could explain to him what we need. Maybe we can persuade him to go along with it.
He'll tell us to kiss his arse, more likely.
Sir Hynek, never underestimate the power of sweet words. Especially when the listener has a knife at his throat.
It's true, none of us would be very convincing as an Italian cardinal. It'd be better if we made him take us with him, as his retinue.
But what do we do with the legate's real retinue?
Lock them up at the Devil's Den. One of our men can guard them there.
A couple more peculiar fellas blabbering nonsense won't look out of place there in the slightest.
All right, let's say we get inside with the legate. What then? What if he betrays us?
That's why we mustn't let him out of our sight. Godwin will take care of that.
Me?
You said you spoke Italian, didn't you? If he starts squealing, you'll hold a dagger to his ribs and ask him politely to play nice.
May God look the other way.
Meanwhile, the rest of us will have to deal with the guards inside, prepare the ground for digging, and open the treasury.
That's damned risky.
No one will be expecting us. As long as we don't make a ruckus too soon, it'll all be over. And the whole place will be ours before they even notice.
What if the legate refuses to talk to us?
Well, we can always beat him up. Take his clothes and let someone else put them on. Like, Godwin, eh? Since he's a priest.
Hold on. I'm not going to play the jester for anyone.
Nobody's asking you to. We stick to the plan. We'll work on the legate so he agrees to take us in with him. Then we'll find a way somehow.
All right. I can't think of anything better anyway.
Agreed then. We'll try gentle persuasion to begin with. And now, to the task. Henry, you go to the town and squeeze anything that could help us out of Vavak.
Most importantly, get that key from him.
Then wait for us at Rotard Palace, where we'll set up our base. We'll get there first thing in the morning.
And how are you going to get inside? The palace will be closed and maybe guarded. I don't expect you want to march through the main entrance, where everyone can see you, and break the gate down while you're at it.
That's true, milady. What do you suggest?
There's not only a passageway to the church, but also down to the river. I know it like the back of my hand. I could show Henry the way if you like.
No offense, my lady, but you'll be safer here.
She's coming with me. Nobody knows Rutgard Palace as well as Lady Rosa.
Do you want to get into the court? Then you need Rutgard Palace. You want Rutgard Palace? Then I'm coming along.
All right. Both of you are going to town. And no dawdling. You should be on the road tomorrow at the latest. Time is of the essence.
That's that then. Let's get to work.
Aren't we making a mistake? It's extremely dangerous.
If we're to succeed.
All right.
Is there anything I could do to make your stay in Sukdal more tolerable?
Well, you could send Zizka, Kunstadt, and their gang away from here. But I have a feeling you couldn't do that even if you wanted to.
Well...
That's all right, Sir Peter. A bed will suffice for now.
I had a chamber prepared for you. And if it doesn't offend you, you're invited to my table.
I will be delighted to accept your offer. If your supplies will stretch to me as well as the army of Jobst, I mean. By the way...
My respects.
When will I finally get to see this army?
You personally? Never with a bit of luck. But I have to place a guard on you. You do understand, don't you?
Of course. I know how these things go.
Is there anything else?
Yes. Since we are going to be sitting at the same table, I would like to hear something about this region.
I'm not sure I'm the right one to tell you. I spend most of my time right here.
I've arrived here only recently. Apart from Gutenberg and Maleshov, I haven't seen much of these things. But you have been the steward of Sugdal for years, and a capable one at that, from what I hear. I'm sure you know the locality. I would be grateful if you would share your knowledge with me.
Gladly. At least it will shorten the evenings for us.
I thought people like you would abhor defection.
I'm your hostage. I appreciate being treated well, and I don't hesitate to reciprocate. That is all.
You want to buy your safety by snitching on your own allies?
What snitching? Sigismund's precarious position is no secret. And I don't have to worry about my safety, do I? Lords Capon and Pisek have sworn that no harm shall befall me, assuming you can keep that Jew in line.
You'll be nothing but a traitor to Sigismund and his people.
If you attempt to steal the silver, you will draw all attention to yourself, whether you succeed or not. They will hunt you like vermin. And my so-called betrayal will be the least of their concerns for quite a while.
I hope it's not too comfortable for you here. Just say the word and I'll arrange it so you can sleep down in the cellars.
No need to worry, lad. Being under one roof with Zizka and Kunstadt is torment enough.
I'd never have thought it'd be so easy. Getting revenge on you, I mean. First Istvan Toth, now you. And tomorrow...
By tomorrow, you may all be dead. Actually, I would say that is becoming more and more likely.
Don't try that tough talk on me. You're afraid, aren't you?
Afraid of what? You?
Of not being firmly in charge for once. You have to dance to someone else's tune. And that terrifies you.
An interesting idea. I will remember it when I am dining with Lord Pisek, and you are picking up crumbs outside somewhere.
Would you like to know how Istvan died? What it sounded like when he fell out of that window and got smashed on the rocks below the tower?
You seem to be laboring under the naive illusion that I cared about Doth. You killed a murderer and a fool. All you achieved by that was saving us the trouble.
You pretend to be the Lord of Lords, but had no qualms about taking a defenseless woman prisoner. You should be ashamed.
I would feel more ashamed if I hadn't taken her hostage.
If I learn you laid one finger on her...
Calm down, Sir Knight. I took her to Malashov to make sure nobody would hurt her. There were many in Kuttenberg looking for a way to blackmail or at least humiliate Rudard. And a pretty young daughter like that is the perfect means to that end. Do you not think?
I hope she's been treated well. As you say, she is Ruthard's daughter and heiress.
Don't worry. I personally made sure she never wanted for anything.
First you have Ruthard imprisoned, and now you're helping his daughter. Why?
Can you imagine? I don't like unnecessary violence. Especially violence against the fair sex. Moreover, that Ruthard girl is a remarkable young lady. Despite her apparent aloofness, I must say, I was quite charmed by her. And so were you, judging by how much you ask about her.
That's none of your business.
So be it. But I advise you to hold onto her tooth and nail. She is smarter than all of you put together.
Do you really believe our plan can succeed?
You'll need a big dose of luck, but I think it might just work. Normally, careful preparations would be underway by now. Arranging for the silver to be split up and moved to several locations, various safety measures, evaluation of all possible risks, but we don't have time for that.
What are we going to use Sigismund's silver for?
Don't count your chickens before they've hatched, lad. If you really do get your hands on the silver, you need to get away with it first. As far as possible. Margrave Jobst will find some use for it later. Or do you have any other suggestions?
I reckon I'd better leave that decision to others. I have other things to worry about.
I reckon you're right. There's no point in dealing with it now.
Then what if our plan fails?
Then you will have to hide or defend yourself. King Sigismund will not let something like that go unpunished. You'll either have to flee across the border or count on influential allies. And if not influential, then at least strong. I'll also be punished, of course. I'll lose my keep, my estates, my position, and finally, maybe even my life.
We'd better try our damnedest then, when everything's at stake.
Yes, that would be a wise approach.
Lady Rosa seemed right at home during von Burgov's interrogation.
That she did. She really is her father's daughter. She has her late mother's beauty. God grant her eternal peace. But she really got her personality from Kunzlin. Had she been born a boy, Ruthard would have had an heir other men could only dream of.
Do you also find it strange how quickly von Burgov turned his coat and started helping us?
Indeed I do, but there are several likely explanations. The king's position in the country is even more precarious than we thought, and his allies are leaving him in ever greater numbers.
But what would von Burgov stand to gain if Sigismund returned to Hungary?
That I do not know, and I fear the day we find out, because if I know one thing about Otto, it's that he never acts recklessly.
How does von Bergov seem to you? He's not nearly as threatening now.
W dupie mam Bergowa. Ale ta dzierlatka, którą ukrywał w wieży, jest warta grzechu. Piękna, młoda, wzór cnót niewieścich. Gdy jednak zaciągniesz się do wyrka, to będziesz rad, że dożyjesz rana. To widać od razu.
She Ruthart's daughter, you pig. No hostage. She on our side.
Tym lepiej. Myśmy ją przecież oswobodzili. Jeśli jest dobrze wychowana, to miałaby się nam wszystkim odwdzięczyć.
Is he talking about Rosa?
He just say she is a very fine lady. No more.
I'm sorry.
Just a little longer.
What will you do when me and Lady Rosa go to town?
We need to fix ourselves up. We've got some wounded to take care of. We also need to work out some details of our plan.
Such as?
That Rutard passageway will help us. But it's only the first step. We need to know how the court runs, and then what we'll load the silver onto, and where we'll take it. And, just in case, we need to know escape routes from the town.
What will happen to von Bergov now?
What do you think? He'll stay here. Pisek will watch him and keep him company. Well, he may not be as pretty as Rutard's daughter, but he could get some more useful information out of him.
My respects. God be with you.
What did you think of von Bergov's interrogation?
Oh, well, no blood was spilled. Nobody got tortured, and Otto kept all his fingers. So if you ask me, it went nice and peacefully.
Isn't it strange how von Bergov suddenly bends over backwards to help us?
Not really. He's a selfish fucker who goes where the wind blows in his favor. Actually, I kinda like that about him.
Is there any chance we could actually pull off this robbery?
Only if everybody does what they're told. You included.
I thought that was water under the bridge.
I'd love to forget that beating, believe me. But the body gets old, and every new wound takes longer to heal than the one before.
Now you sound like some grandpa with one foot in the grave.
Watch that grandpa doesn't tickle your belly with a knife in the night, you cheeky bugger. But hey, let bygones be bygones. Actually, it's a good thing we didn't have to slaughter those dung grubbers. But now you have to listen to your elders and betters. Got it?
But what if the plan falls apart?
I won't lie. There's a very high chance some things will go belly up. And if it does, we'll all be praying for a quick death.
You're not serious about praying for a quick death, are you?
You fucking bet I am. Getting caught with Sigismund's silver in her clutches would be the beginning of a very long and fucking painful journey to the afterlife.
What do you think of the deal with von Berghoff?
I don't care about von Berghoff right now. Did you see how everyone ignored me there? I may be younger than them, but I'm still a nobleman.
They're nobles too.
That was no obstacle to you in Malashov when you went against the devil.
I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I didn't do something.
That makes sense. And the devil could use a few more cuts and bruises. You did the right thing. I probably wouldn't have taken him on.
If Sir Hanush saw you at Malashov, he'd be proud.
Well, now I just look like a fool. And it was only thanks to me that von Berghoff even lived to see that council.
But you can't really blame Sam. If you were in his place, you'd see red too.
Whatever. Someone like him has no business threatening a noble's life.
Someone like him?
You know what I mean. Why do you keep defending that madman?
Don't worry. I'll keep an eye on him.
You really should. If we're to make it out of the Italian court alive, you've got to keep him in line.
Oh, you're forgetting Samuel's not the only Hellraiser in our band. I can keep an eye on him. But what about the likes of Adder?
Don't even get me started.
Won't survive the night.
There's nothing we can do to help him anymore?
I tried a chamomile decoction, but he's in too much pain to fall asleep.
I'll go and see him. We'll pray together. And if you want, I'll stay with you until the end.
Praying won't help him. Better to give him some potion that'll put him to sleep. A sleep he may never wake up from.
Do you really regard that as humane?
Oh, no, you don't.
Killing him instead of letting him die in peace when his time comes.
In peace? Have you even seen him?
Did you hear what was arranged with von Berghoff?
Of course. But I don't even have the will to shake my head anymore.
Is there something you don't like about the plan?
Don't like? You lot have gone mad. First, you bring von Berghoff here in shackles. Then you let him put a flea in your ears about how to outsmart the king? And now you want to walk right into his people's clutches? Have you taken leave of your senses, for Christ's sake?
You make it sound like things were different before with Zizka.
You bet your ass it was different. He didn't act like a fool, and only took actions that could actually succeed.
Did you and Capon make up?
I do not see any reason to.
Well, you didn't expect us to let you murder von Berghoff, did you?
Pah, he would have deserved it, noble or not.
He's worth far more to us alive.
More than the people from our village who died in the Gezerah?
That is some chutzpah, my friend.
I understand. I've been through the same when Skalitz was burned to the ground. People I've known all my life died there.
Then tell me, how would you feel to have revenge within your grasp, only for Capon to show up and say, "No, no, bad Henry, you cannot do that"?
Now, of course I'll be pissed off. But there's a lot more at stake here than some personal grudge.
I reckon that whoreson is sitting on his shinken in one of the finest chambers too. I am fucking thrilled.
Can't you see? I'm as deaf as a post.
My humble respects.
Careful!
It looks like the two of us will be going to Kuttenberg alone.
I can hardly wait.
Aren't you looking forward to going home?
When they captured power, Von Bergov's people came to Rutard Palace.
Did they do anything to you?
No, I wasn't harmed. But before they took me away, they ransacked the place. Then Von Bergov just took me to Malashov. It's likely Vavak took our home for himself. He's always threatened to do that.
Well, you can try. When we free your father, Ruthard Palace will be yours again.
I hope so. But that's still far from certain.
How do we even get inside Ruthard Palace?
Like I said, through the underground.
Well, I suppose by now I ought to know you don't have back doors here. Just secret passages, eh?
You are in mining country, you know. There's more going on here below ground than above.
How will I find the entrance this time? From the position of some cross again?
No, I'll guide you this time. It's just below the walls. You only need to know where to turn.
Are you ready to go?
There's no point in dallying.
Actually, there's something I need to take care of first. I'll be right back.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Shall we go?
There's no point in dallying.
All right, let's go.
Well, here we are. I'm not keen on going into that darkness.
Are you afraid?
Of the dark? Me? I'm not a little girl. But God knows what we'll find inside. Especially at the far end.
I'll be with you. If anything happens, just stay behind me and...
Ah, my hero! But since I'm the one who knows the way, I'll be going first. Usually there's only a small trickle running through here. The water must have risen.
How far away is it anyway?
Soon there'll be a fork, and from there it's only a short distance. You'll see.
And where does the passageway end?
In the cellar, conveniently enough. It's always best to arrive inconspicuously. Startled me. Anyway, what's Lord Capon's problem with underground passageways? When I mentioned it at Sukdal, he looked like he was about to faint.
When we were defending the Barkov, we got buried under the rubble from a demolished tower.
Oh my god!
He was lucky to survive it. I still remember him calling for help. He was scared to death. There was nothing we could do. That's when he was captured by von Berghoff. Since then, he's not comfortable with tight spaces.
Sorry. I was a silly goose to bring it up. This is going to be a bit difficult.
Everything all right?
No. Don't you see how deep it is ahead of us?
I hope you don't expect me to carry you.
I most certainly do. Unless you want to prove to me that you really are an uncouth village oaf after all.
Well, what's to be done? I'll carry you over.
Don't worry, though. I'm not some fragile petal. Well, you said it was hardly knee-deep. This is not how one carries a lady, you barbarian.
Maybe not in Kuttenberg, but it's how we did it in Skalitz.
But it's not very comfortable.
Ah, just grin and bear it, my lady. We're almost there.
Oof, I don't think you'd be welcome at a royal court. But I am dry, so I thank you.
voices. Looks like we've got company. And not welcome company, I reckon.
Look at all this mess. I can hardly recognize this place.
This doesn't look like the work of Avak's people. More like city rabble and beggars.
They're acting like they own the place. If Pa were to see this, we must get rid of them.
What do you mean, get rid of them?
You killed most of von Bergov's garrison at Malashov, and now you want me to tell you what to do?
My. How quickly Lady Rosa can change her mind. What's the difference between those ragamuffins upstairs and the villagers at Malashov, eh?
But this is our home. Our property. They have no right.
You're right. We have to get rid of them. But maybe it can be done without violence. I'll go and see who they are and what to do about them. Right. Here we go.
Wait a moment. Do you see this ivy here? It goes all the way up to the window of my chamber. That's where I keep my crossbow. I bet that riffraff didn't find it. If I climb up there, I can cover you from above. Just in case.
What? Are you crazy? You can't climb such a height.
Oh, don't worry. I've been climbing up there ever since I was a little girl.
But they'll see you.
No, they won't. I'll be round the corner before they have a chance. There's a wooden balustrade there all the way to the window. It's like climbing a ladder.
Are you really sure that ivy can support your weight? You're not a little girl anymore.
You really know how to compliment a lady, eh? Now keep quiet and turn round. I don't want you looking up my skirt.
All right then. Here we go. I hope Rosa can aim well.
Look! There's someone there!
Calm down. I just want to talk. I'm not looking to harm you.
Talk, eh? You don't want to harm us? Hark at him!
Let's get rid of him. What do you say, fellas?
You're a dead man.
Sakra. Rosa? Could you... Rosa!
Show what you're made of!
Useless! Come and get another!
We're gonna gut you, you whoreson!
You want to try me?
Show your stuff! Fuck you, whoreson!
We're gonna gut you, you whoreson!
You wanna try me?
Hey!
Hey, Henry! for now. Are you all right, Henry? I think I hit one too.
You're a good shot. Capon and Kabianka wouldn't believe their eyes.
Thanks.
Is something wrong?
Someone's trying to break through the door.
Oh, damn it. I'll be there in a moment.
Be careful.
Load your crossbow, and if they get inside before I get there, shoot them.
I barricaded the door. I'm sure I can hold out for a while.
Oh, what a mess. Ah!
You want to try me?
And it won't be any different with you.
Huh? What was that?
No mercy!
I'm hit!
Wanker! Too slow!
Rosa? It's me.
Henry, are you all right?
I'm in one piece.
Are they gone? All of them?
Aye. It's over.
All right. I'll let you in. You can come in now.
Left no stone unturned. So, here we are. Welcome home.
It doesn't feel much like home anymore. They were behaving like animals in here.
Don't worry about the mess. Our boys will happily clean up once they get here. We owe you that.
The mess is the last thing on my mind. There was my mother's silver, my brother's hunting trophies, and my books. It's all gone.
Right. We've got a lot of work to do. But we'll get there. You'll see. We have to. There's a lot at stake.
That's true. You know, Henry, I want to ask you something. And I want an honest answer, all right? If everything were to go wrong at the Italian court, and God forbid you had to choose, would you still try to rescue my father, even if it meant putting stealing the silver in jeopardy?
The lives of allies are obviously the most valuable asset to us. Without their support, the silver would be useless anyway.
Not to mention, it wouldn't last you very long anyway.
Don't worry. We'll either leave the Italian court with the lords, or...
Or not at all.
If our plans succeed and your father is freed, do you know what will come next?
I try not to think about it.
Why? That's why you're helping us, isn't it?
If you get the king's silver, my father and I will have to hide. Leave the region, go somewhere out of Sigismund's men's reach, and you and I will have to part ways.
I won't let you go away. Even if I have to fight with your father, Zizka, and the devil.
Is that so?
I'll even tell Sigismund. Run back to Hungary. This girl is staying here.
That all sounds very nice, but there's nothing left here anyway. We've lost everything.
You'll be all right.
My father would clap you in irons for that.
And for this?
Oh, it seems you know how a lady should be carried.
Where to, ma'am? I don't see any rivers, ditches, or puddles to cross.
Dami castitatem e continentiam, sed non le moro. Forward, Sir Knight.
Oh, Christ. Oh, is it morning already? Zizka and the others will most likely be here by now. I should go and have a look. You know about yesterday evening and night?
What about it?
I thought maybe you want to talk about it.
Do you think there's anything to talk about?
Well, what's next for us?
Nothing, most likely. I'm Lord Rutard's daughter. Our name still means a lot, despite all the trouble we're in. When my pa is free and an opportunity presents itself, I'll have to get married.
Has your father already picked a groom for you?
Not yet, but I know how it goes. If I'm lucky, I'll marry a young nobleman and soon bear him a bunch of children. And if I'm really lucky, they'll find me some old man who will drop dead before we even leave the church.
I'll marry you then.
What?
If we can free your father, I could ask him for your hand in marriage, even under threat that he'll go back under lock and key if he refuses.
I don't think he'd allow it either way. Lord Rutard's daughter, and the bastard son of the Lord of Skalitz, who was driven out of his estate by Sigismund himself. That's not going to happen. Although, our plan may very well fail, and no one might survive. Why throw something nice away prematurely? You know, carpe diem et memento mori.
Well, if that's how you feel.
Greetings, Henry. Did you have a good sleep?
Very good. Thanks for asking.